new channel. If you like, then subscribe, like and comment. If you have any opinion or not understand any concept, then comment here. In future, I teach in English as well as Hindi also. Thank you and good luck. Welcome to SM Physics. Here I discuss according to Newton's laws of motion. One problem is written here. Find the acceleration of the blocks A and B in the following situation. The following situation, that is the figure is here. This one is the pulley. Another pulley is here. 5 kg block named A and another 4 kg block named B in this case. Now you have to find out the acceleration of block A and block B. So at first we have to draw the free body diagram of each block. First of all, 5 kg is greater than 4 kg. Now let it that 5 kg acting in the downward direction. Okay. So what is the free body diagram of block A? Now free body diagram, that is you can write ABD. Free body diagram. Block A. So 5G is acting in the downward direction and tension T acting upward direction. Now the block is moved in the downward direction. So downward direction means the net force will be act in the downward direction. So write down the equation 5G minus T, that is equal to 5A. This one is the net force. So 5G is the downward force minus T tension, that is the upward force, and the net force is 5A. So 5G is the downward force, the body moves in the downward direction. That's why the 5G is greater than T, and that's why 5G minus T. And the net force is MA, 5A. Number 1 equation. Now free body diagram of block B. Here one thing you have to remember, that the tension T is acting in the upward direction here, but the tension is halved and divided into 2 segments, and T by 2 and T by 2, and this T by 2 will be running here. So on 4 kg block, the tension is half the tension of 5 kg. So that's why the upward direction is tension T by 2 and the downward force, that is 4G. So here the block B will move in the upward direction. That's why this tensional force is greater than the weight. So if you want to find out, write down the equation T by 2 minus 4G, because T by 2 is greater than 4G, that's why I am writing this equation, equal to 4A. Now one thing you have to remember, tension, if tension is half, then the acceleration will be double. So tension T half here and the acceleration is double, that means 2A. So in this case let the acceleration A and here it is 2A. So T by 2 minus 4G, that is 4 into 2A, we can write it. Now T by 2 minus 4G, that is equal to 8A. This one is the second equation. Now we have to solve these 2 equations and then we find out the acceleration of each block. How can? 5G minus T, that is equal to 5A. T by 2 minus 4G, that is equal to 8A. So T by 2 means T minus 8G, 16A. Clear? Now here it is. Right. 5G minus T, that is equal to 5A, number 1 equation, and minus 8G plus T is equal to 16A, number 2 equation. Now by addition, minus 3g is equal to, this will be eliminated, and 21a. So therefore a equal to minus 3g by 21. Now it transfer into lowest term, minus g by 7. So the acceleration of the block A is minus g by 7, and the block B is 2a, that means minus 2g by 7. That's all. Hello, welcome. Another problem is here. The figure is like this, and you have to find out the acceleration of block A and B. Now, the block B is here and this one is A. So in this case, like previous, you have to find out first the free body diagram of each block. First of all, I find out the free body diagram, or I draw the free body diagram of block A. Clear? So block A, the tension is act towards the right side. mg acting downward direction, and normal reaction R will be acted upward. Body moves in the sideways, that is towards the right. The body have no component of motion towards the y-axis or vertical. That's why this R and mg cancel each other. Now, T is the tension, and due to the tension, the net force acting also towards the right side, because friction will be negligible here. We not take friction in this problem. So T equal to, first equation, T is equal to MA. M means 2. A, that is the net force. This one is equation 1. Now, I have to consider the free body diagram of block B. Here 5G, the force is acting in a downward direction. Tension T will be act towards the upward direction. But you have to remember, like the previous problem, tension T is here, and this tension is divided into two ways. So that means this one is T, this one is T, this one is T, this one is T. So that's why this one is 2T. And if the tension is half, the acceleration will be double. Always remember it. If tension is half, acceleration will be double. You have to remember this concept. Okay? So that means 2T, that is the tensile force, which act in the upward direction, and the 5G is downward direction. Now the force, net force, will be act towards the downward direction. That means 5G greater than 2T. 5G greater than 2T. So the equation will be 5G minus 2T, that is equal to 5 into A by 2. Tension is half, acceleration will be double. Reverse, we can say acceleration will be half, tension will be double. So here in this case, tension double, that's why acceleration will be half. Clear? So that means now we solve this. This one is the number 2 equation. Now we solve it. 5G, put the value T is equal to 2A, value of T here, that is 2 into 2A, that is equal to 5A by 2. So 5G, that is 10G minus 8a is equal to 5a. So 8a will be there. So 10g 13a. You have to find out a 10 by 13g. This one is the acceleration of the block 2 kg. And the acceleration of block 5 kg will be a by 2, that is 10g by 13 into 2. So 2 5s are 10, so 5g by 13. So here you see the block A acceleration is 10 by 13 because we take the acceleration of this block A, and this one is a by 2 according to this concept. So a by 2, that means 10g by 13 by 2, that means 5g by 13 is the acceleration of the block B. Okay, that's all.